Good evening, amigos, brothers and sisters. It's Tuesday evening. It's what time is it? 10 minutes past 10. And the article I want to read to you today is written by Hein de Haan and is about a caterpillar that turns into a butterfly. So I'm going to read it to you, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did and do. So here it comes. If we brought a caterpillar to a biologist and asked to describe its DNA, the biologist would say the following: I know it looks like a caterpillar to you, but according to every DNA test tested, this is completely a complete butterfly. Whoa! God's security tree within this creature, which is in no way like a butterfly, nevertheless represents a perfect, complete butterfly identity, because that caterpillar essentially already possesses everything of a butterfly. It will one day also show the external symptoms and behavior of a butterfly. So the caterpillar turns into that which is essentially true about it already. So it is with us. In the meantime, if we were to yell at the caterpillar to act more like a butterfly, it would only damage that caterpillar's hearing. God has given us the DNA of godliness. We are saints and righteous. Can you already see that caterpillar making jumps to fly into the wide world? No. He is concerned with rounding his stomach and eating fat. Shouldn't he be ready to actually fly into the world? Oh yeah, that is why he enjoys the food he is offered so much. It naturally grows into what it actually already is, that butterfly. Our identity in Christ makes us holy already. We can make all kinds of efforts to try to live a holy life, in addition to being extremely frustrating, because any honest believer has to conclude that it doesn't work out. It's also utterly ridiculous to try to be something you have been for a long time. Our identity in Christ makes God take pleasure in us. He says, "That is my Son, in whom I am well pleased." Now, when we work very hard to try to please God, it is again extremely frustrating. Besides, it's just plain nonsense to try to become what we have been for a long time. Someone can call us to become more like Christ. One can come up with a camp in which young people train themselves in more Christ conformity. One can shout, "Yes, yes, you can do it." Believe you can do it for God. Extremely trying and damaging to our spiritual ears. Christ Himself works His life in us. Who can be more like Himself than Himself? We are made one with Christ in His death, one with Him in the grave, resurrected together with Him, and seated with Him in the heavenly places. He's printed His DNA on us, so I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. We may not look like Christ outwardly, but in essence, everything about His DNA has become our DNA. If we later switch from caterpillar to butterfly, it will also become physically visible. That butterfly flies out of there. we will share in Christ's glory that is already established in our identity in Christ, our heavenly DNA. Ain't that wonderful? When we look at ourselves here, in this mortal frame, in this life where we are dying, and we know that who we are in Christ, that He is our life, and on the outside we will look like Him, and we are one. We are just one with Him. And maybe we don't feel it now, but we are. His DNA is our DNA. So this I wanted to share with you tonight, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Adios, amigos.